watching each week. And I've got a picture here of some of you who've been watching. Here's Aaron and Aidan, and I know Jonathan has been enjoying the music, and Jonty too has been doing some really good dancing to the music. So thank you all for joining us. And we've also got to say a special happy birthday to Archie, who's going to be 4 tomorrow. So happy birthday, Archie. Well, what did we do last week? Can you remember? Here are some clues from some lovely pictures some of you have made. We've got Joshua and Isaac's one. There's Jesus on the land. And they're the disciples in the boat. And there's a net. Give you a clue. And we've got some other ones here. That's from Benja. There's only 3. Wonderful colouring. And Jago, who's very good at doing his craft. Loves doing it apparently very early in the morning. And one from Charlie, who is nearly 7. And so that's excellent colouring. Thank you all of you for sending them in. Well, the story was a net full of fish, if you remember. And this week we're going to be learning about Jesus going up to heaven. Can you see my pictures over there? Jesus talking to his disciples before he goes up to heaven. But before we go and hear our story from Francesca, we're going to do some more action songs with Dan and Hannah. So over to Dan and Hannah.
We are a city on a hill. We are a light in the darkness. Jesus living in us can change the world. We are a city on a hill. We are a light in the darkness. Jesus living in us can change the world. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let it shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. If God is for us, who can stand against us? Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. We are a city on a hill. We are a light in the darkness. Jesus living in us can change the world. We are a city on a hill. We are a light in the darkness. Jesus living in us can change the world. Ooh. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let it shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. If God is for us, who can stand against us? Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. If God is for us, who can stand against us? Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. Let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine. In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence you won't let go. In the questions your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. Oh my God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
Everyone, it's a very wet and rainy day here in Tooting. In fact, if you listen carefully, you may even hear the rain beating down on our roof. I can hear it, but anyway, I don't think it'll stop us from listening to our story. So in today's story, we're going to meet Jesus. Should we all say hello to Jesus? Hello! And I know that Jesus wants every single one of you to know that he loves all of you very, very much. Now, do you remember how last week we heard about Jesus meeting his disciples just after they'd been fishing? They were so excited to hear and to see that he had risen from the dead. They must have had so many questions. Here are all the disciples here. Shall we count them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I expect lots of you know that originally there were 12 disciples, but now there are only 11. Do any of you know why? That's right. Just before Jesus died on the cross, one of his special disciples, one of his special friends, Judas, betrayed Jesus. He told the soldiers where to find Jesus so they could arrest him. So he isn't with the other disciples anymore. Anyway, Jesus and the disciples got together to have a lovely meal. Now, we don't know what they ate, but I've got some ideas of what they might have eaten. I think they could have had some bread. This was sort of the bread that they used to eat in those days. And they probably had some fish. These, I wonder if they were the fish that they'd caught in the boat the other day. And possibly some grapes as well. And, uh-oh, what have I found on the plate? A bar of Cadbury's chocolate. I think naughty Steve might have put this on the plate because I'm fairly sure they didn't have Cadbury's chocolate. I think naughty Steve is going to have to go on the naughty step later. Let's put that out of the way. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's put that out of the way as well. So, after Jesus and the disciples had shared their lovely food, Jesus said he had some very important things to tell them. We're all going to have to listen carefully because some of these things might be for us to hear as well. He said, I will be going to heaven soon to prepare an amazing new home for you. There will be lots of rooms, plenty for every single one of my friends. And the next time I come back, I will take you all there to be with me. Well, so even though they knew they were going to be a bit sad when Jesus left them, they knew that one day they would be able to be with him again in heaven. Then he told them he had a special job for them, and they had to listen again very, very carefully. He said, God has given me complete power over heaven and over earth. He has put me in charge of everything and everybody. But you know something? Lots of people don't know about me. So now I want all of you, and he pointed to them all, to go out and tell everyone the good news about how much I love them, about how I died for them, and about how there is a place in heaven for them to be with me. And I want you to baptize them. Now, we have baptisms in church when the church is open. Do you remember going to a baptism when they poured water over the person's head to show that they were being washed clean and welcomed into the church family? Well, Jesus wanted his disciples to keep doing that. And Jesus wanted them to tell everyone to obey his commandments. And his commandments were just the rules for doing the right thing. And most importantly, he told them, don't ever, ever, ever forget that I will always be with you. And I think he was talking to us then as well. There were so many things for Jesus' friends to remember. But what do you want us to do now, they asked. I want you to go to Jerusalem, and he pointed the way on the path to Jerusalem, and wait there. After a while, the Holy Spirit will come to you and give you the power, everything you need to tell people about me. Then he told them not to be afraid, as it was time for him to go to heaven. And then he went up, 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 towards heaven in a cloud, until they couldn't see him anymore. Well, the disciples just stood there staring at the sky for a long time. Should we all stare up at the sky? And then while they were staring, they saw something else appearing. It was two angels. And the angels spoke to the disciples and they said, why are you just staring at the sky? Why are you just standing there? Jesus told you he would be back one day, and he will. Then the disciples remembered what Jesus had told them to do. And it wasn't to stand there and look at the sky all day until he returned. So off they went to Jerusalem and waited for the Holy Spirit to come. And now we're all going to have to wait, just like the disciples, until next week to hear the exciting story about what happened in Jerusalem. And now over to Freya, who's going to lead us all in some exercises.
In today's story, at the beginning, Jesus and his disciples had a lovely meal together. So we're going to stretch out and we're going to stretch to get all that yummy food. We're going to stretch over here and we're going to get some yummy bread to eat. And we're going to stretch over here and we're going to get some yummy fruit to eat. We're going to have lots of full tummies and we're going to stretch in front of us. Or we're going to get some yummy juice or some water to drink. Oh, we now have full bellies. And Jesus had something to tell his disciples. He told them that soon he will be going to heaven. So we're going to stand up tall. And we're going to stretch up to heaven. Can you swing your tippy toes out tall? Can you stretch? We're going to stretch up tall. Well done. He told his disciples that he would be going to heaven soon. But he had a special job for them. He told them that he had power over heaven and earth. So we're going to stretch up tall. Heaven and earth. Heaven and earth. He had power over heaven and earth. And he had a special job for them. He wanted them all to go out and tell everyone about Jesus and God and all the amazing things, and he wanted everyone to know how much he loved them. And he said to his disciples, go to Jerusalem and wait for the Holy Spirit. And then suddenly Jesus went up to heaven. So we're going to start here. Up to heaven. Should we try that again? He went up to heaven. And his disciples thought, where's Jesus gone? They remembered what they had to do. They had to go to Jerusalem to wait for the Holy Spirit. How do you think they got there? Do you think they took a plane? Should we pretend to be a plane ready? Meow. Meow. Do you think they went in a plane? No, I don't think they had planes in those days. How about a bike? I think they might have taking a bike. Let's lie down and pretend we're on a bike. Are you ready? Let's cycle. Ooh, let's cycle really fast. Do you think they took a bike to Jerusalem? I don't think so. I think maybe they took a horse. Do you think they rode a horse to Jerusalem? Let's see. Let's get on a horse and we're gonna trot around the room. Maybe you can make a horse noise. Yay! And then pretend they went on a horse, do you think? I'm not sure. Maybe they walked to Jerusalem. Let's get our walking. Let's get our high knees. Maybe they walked and marched into Jerusalem. I think they might have done this because it was a very long walk. And then when they got there, they waited for the Holy Spirit. Let's put a hand on our heart. We're beating fast. We've done some good exercise. Let's take some deep breaths. Ready? In through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more time. In through your nose. And out through your mouth.
Thank you, Freya, for those exercises. Well, it's our tray game time again, and a little bit of a different theme today because I think it's so sad we're not all meeting in church, and I'm definitely missing seeing you all. So I was thinking about church this morning, and that's what I set up on my tray. We've got a picture of St. Michael's, our church. So when we arrive, we see the church first of all, and then what do? Oh, some of you come and show me your lovely new shoes, especially Lily and Anne. You and Constance, I know you all have very special shoes. And then we have our worship song. So we've got an instrument here. And then we go into our children's church group and we learn about Jesus from the Bible. And we do some crafts like this lovely one Udval made last week. And then after that, we maybe have a biscuit and a drink. And some of you like playing football. I'm not sure if that's your team or not. But those are our 7 objects on the tray today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to take one of them away and see if you can work out which one that is. Right, here we go. What is missing? Can you remember? Well done. It was the craft. And let's have one more go, because I know this is quite easy for some of you. So let's have one more go. All right. Let's see if you can work that one out. Can you remember? It was the shoe. Well done, everybody. And now we are going to go to Francesca for our craft. So over to Francesca.
Welcome back. Now, do you remember when I was telling you the story how we found that bar of chocolate in the plate of food? Well, I had a hidden camera hidden in this room, and when I checked, look what I found. He's even wearing his special Naughty Steve t-shirt, so we know who it is. I made him sit on the naughty step for that, but when I checked on him, I found the steps covered in chocolate wrappers. Even when he's on the naughty step, Naughty Steve is naughty. Anyway, let's get on with our craft. Last week in our craft, we were able to show a net full of fish miraculously appearing in the boat. In this craft, we see Jesus disappearing into a cloud. This is a lovely, easy craft. All you need are these 2 sheets, and you're going to cut out this cloud and this strip. And on this one here, you're going to colour it all in, and then with these 3 dotted lines, you're going to snip. Do you remember I showed you before how we make a little snip like that? And then it's easy for us to get the scissors in, carry on cutting. So you're going to make those 3 snips. And when that's done, here's the one that I've coloured in. Now I've added a few things to mine. I've added a sunshine, a buzzy bee and a tree. You can add things if you like. Maybe you'd like to add the 2 angels from the story, or maybe some birds, but it's entirely up to you what you add to this picture. And then the next thing you need to do is stick your cloud in the sky like that. Now I've used glue on mine, but you can use sellotape if you haven't got a glue stick. And then we're going to take our strip with a picture of Jesus, and we're going to put it in from the back, out the second slip, and then up through the top. so that you can then tell people the story of how Jesus went up, 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 up behind the cloud, all the way up to heaven. And if you want to make something else this week, do you remember how in the story I showed you we had 11 disciples? Well, when I was a child, I used to make loads of these figures because it was very easy and there was always paper in the house. Sometimes I'd use the centres of toilet rolls actually to make these. But if you would like to do this, I used to make up stories, and then I would have all of my figures and I would then act out the story with my figures. And all you have to do if you want to make one of these is get a piece of paper like this. This is just half a piece of paper. You turn it into a roll and put a bit of sellotape on it, like that. Then you would get a circle with a face point on it to make the face. And then, oh, I've dropped my arms. 2 arms, one there and one there, so that you have a figure like that. And you can use them, you can either act out this story, or you can act out another Bible story, or you can make up your own stories. You could turn these into soldiers, or princesses, or doctors, or boys and girls, or anything you like. Make up your own stories and use them to act it out. Well, I hope you have fun with these crafts, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Francesca. And now it's time for our memory verse. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Acts 1 verse 8. Shall we try that one again? But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Acts 1 verse 8. Wonderful. And we're going to learn all about that Holy Spirit next week. But to finish today, we're going to say our prayer. So let's close our eyes and put our hands together. Dear God, thank you that we can all be together for this time and learn about you. Please keep everyone safe and well. Amen. Can we do it a little bit louder? Amen. Brilliant. Well done, everyone. Well, lovely to have you with us again, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.